All right, so here we are on the first leg of the journey to Florida. I've got the whole crew with me. You've met Bella before, but no one's met Carolyn before, so say hello, Carolyn.
Hi there.
What we have to do first is go to the lodge. We have our last Airbnb guests of the season checking out this morning. These people have been here a few times before, so I have no fears of the state of the lodge or what it's going to look like. They're great guests, so I'm sure everything will be fine, but we will do a quick walk around. I have to deal with the water in the smallest cabin. It's not winterized. The main lodge, the bunkhouse, the middle cabin is winterized. So we don't have to worry about that, but the smallest one isn't, so I'll have to disconnect the water, drain the taps, and put antifreeze in the toilet of that. But that shouldn't take too long, so once we get that done, then it's Florida bound. So I'm not going to film hours of us driving to Florida, but I will probably get some footage of some interesting spots on the way, but barring anything crazy happening, we'll see you in Florida. So, see you in a bit. Okay, well, we made it to Florida. We are now at the resort that we stay at. It's a place that we got last year. It's a 55 plus RV resort that is very close to all of the places that I do the stuff that I do. Close to where I go alligator hunting, hog hunting, deer hunting, close to the beaches where I go fishing, and close to Orlando and a number of other things like Cape Canaveral and Daytona Beach. It's just a really central spot that Carolyn and I really like. We've been here, like I said, 2 years now. This will be our second year. So what I thought I would do is I will take you on a bike ride around the resort, just so that you get a little bit of an idea of exactly where we are and where we stay when we come down here. So let's go for a ride. So this is what we're going to go for a ride on. This is a Anioki A8 e-bike. It is a phenomenal bicycle, motorcycle, moped, whatever you want to call it. It is technically an e-bike. It has a very large battery on it that gives me up to 200 miles of range. And I have taken this thing all over the place. So this is what I use a lot down here. I've got it geared up in the back with a couple rod holders. I've got a holder for my binoculars. I've got saddlebags. I've got a bag up front, place for my phone, and of course a place for the GoPro so I can get film. So just a phenomenal machine to use down here to get around on, and that's what we're going to use to ride around the park. Okay, I don't know how well you're going to be able to hear what I'm saying because I'm driving on the bike. I'll go slow. Hopefully there won't be a whole lot of wind. As the sign says, the name of the resort is Seasons in the Sun. This is the main entranceway. It is extremely neat and tidy, very Florida-like with all the all the palm trees. The building up ahead is the main check-in office where all our mail and the people that run the place are at. There are a number of ponds. I think 3 or 4 ponds. Ponds all have fish in them, and you are allowed to fish. The only problem with the fishing is it's catch and release. And while I love to fish, I like to do catch and cook, not catch and release, so I don't spend a whole lot of time in the RV park itself fishing. Security gate at the front entrance, very important. Makes us feel very comfortable knowing that you have to actually check in and have a code to get in, so not anybody can just come and go as they please, which is one of the reasons we picked this place. The section that I'm driving around now is called the Wagon Wheel. The reason it's called a wagon wheel is because it's in the shape of a wagon wheel. Nice part, a little secluded back here. The only issue I guess I would have is that every once in a while in Florida you get these things called hurricanes, and with them comes a lot of water, and any low-lying area is likely to flood. So don't think I want to be in the wagon wheel. A lot of pickleball courts. Seems to be a very big thing down here. A lot of people play pickleball. I am not a pickleball player. Shuffleboard, and I guess that would be I don't know what that pit is. Maybe horseshoes or something like that. Of course, the wind's going to pick up. We'll go around this other sections. So there's 3 sections in the park. Standard sites, which are sites that do not have concrete pads. Premium sites, which is where we are right now, that do have concrete pads. And then the elite section, which has concrete pads and is just a little more secluded than this. So the park is actually filling up quite a bit right now. When we first came down here, it was not very full at all, and now that it's getting closer to the winter season, more and more people are pulling in. Hello. One thing I will say, it is very quiet here. You'll see the odd people out walking and walking their dogs and stuff. But it is a 55 and up resort. There are no kids. Kids are allowed to visit and come in, but there are no children in the park. And being 55 and up, I guess we all go to bed early. So you don't get very much noise after dark. Hello. And not much activity during the daytime either. The building to the left is a combination of washrooms and laundry facilities. There are 2 of these buildings in the park, so that I guess there's more than enough room for everybody that uses the facilities, and you don't have to wait. Again, very neat and clean, which is one of the things we like about the park. This section over here is the main clubhouse. I'm not going to go inside, but it has a workout room, a pool table, a lot of books, a big kitchen area for the guests to use if you were to have a party. They do a lot of functions for Thanksgiving, Christmas, karaoke, all that kind of stuff. I don't participate a whole lot, but I like the pool table, so I go there. 2 pools, 2 saunas, which are actually really nice, especially in the summer months when it's really hot. Another eating area for functions that they have. You see a lot of people have golf carts, the electric golf carts running around here. A lot of bikes as well, but a lot have the golf carts. Thinking about it, Hello. I don't need one. We have two vehicles here, plus I have my e-bike, so I don't really know if I need an electric golf cart, but I don't know, might be fun to have. So this section coming up here would be what's considered standard sites. And the reason for that is there are no concrete pads. So your RV is parked on the dirt. Yeah, they're very neat and tidy, but we used to be, when we first came here, we used to be on a standard site for the first year, and made the decision that we would prefer a concrete pad, and it was a very good decision. We very, very much enjoy being off the dirt. There is an additional cost for it, but the added benefit of not tracking sand and dust and dirt, or even red ants and bugs and stuff like that, for us anyway, was something that we are very happy with. So I don't think we're going to be going back to them. So as soon as we come up this hill around the corner, then you get into what's called the elite section, and it must be because obviously the concrete pads, and it's at the very back end of the park, and is very quiet, a little more secluded, and a little more expensive, but we like it. Coming up on the right hand side, the blue Timberwolf RV is ours, with the white car parked in the driveway. I'll pull in there. We'll continue going around, but I'll pull in there, give you a quick tour of our site and our RV, but we'll just complete the tour of the entire park. Coming up on the right-hand side, right in front of that Catalina RV in front of us, is our old lot 162. Don't miss it a bit. It's was a weird lot in that it was wedge-shaped, so that the back end of our RV was within feet of the RV next to us. And that's where our bedroom is, and that's where most people's bedrooms are. So we are very, very close, and while it wasn't a big issue, it was a little too close for comfort for us anyways. One thing that I really love about this park is all the oak trees. So you see that great big massive oak tree. It has to be 200-300 years old. They're just beautiful. I like the old man's beard that hangs off of them and everything apart it, and they're just everywhere in the park. And it's just a visual thing for me, but I do very, very much like them. Now we're just coming back around to the entrance into the section. Everything is one way. So you go in one way, you come out the other way, which cuts down on traffic and any opportunity of, running into anybody. So I'm going to cut the commentary here, speed up a little bit, and then we'll get to the RV and give you a quick tour of our actual site. Okay, so this is our site. That's actually my truck over there. Our neighbors left for the month of November, but they'll be back in December. But I've been using their spot as a extra parking spot for us, but worked out good. We have a Cherokee Timberwolf RV, 41 foot long, I believe. And this is what I meant by the concrete pad. It just keeps everything very, very neat, clean, and tidy. I built the deck. It was one of the very first things I did when we moved here, and probably something that we use more than anything else because we sit out here a lot. As you can tell by Carolyn and Bella sitting on the RV, or sorry, sitting on the deck. It's just a very comfortable place, and being in Florida, it's shaded. Obviously, we have an awning, and the awning with the positioning of the RV is perfect so that we have shade pretty much from, well, we have shade all day long from the time we get up in the morning till the time the sun goes down. But if we want sun, we go out front or we can go out back.
We have 3 beautiful palm trees in our yard.
Oh, I'm going to repeat it because they're probably not going to pick you up. You don't have a mic on. Like Carolyn said, one of the reasons she wanted to be here is these 3 palm trees, which we did not have in our other site. Which, you know, we're not from Florida. We don't have palm trees in Nova Scotia, so it's kind of a novelty thing for us to have Florida-like trees in our yard. So we go down here. What I'm going to do, I have a couple of plans. One, I put the shed. I needed a shed for storage because you wind up collecting a lot of stuff. And I wanted a fire pit because I like to have a fire. But it's not going to stay like this. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to build a platform, 12 foot by 12 foot, and then put a gazebo with a covering so that we can have additional seating in this whole grassy area. It's just kind of a useless area right now. You know, you can see we have the 4 chairs, but you know, you have to be on the grass. And the one thing with Florida, there are a ton of little nuisance bugs, you know, whether it be no-see-ums, not a lot of mosquitoes, these little things called jiggers that are in the trees, in the old man's beards, on the leaves, on the grass, and they give nasty bites. So my plan is to eliminate as much of the grass as I possibly can, and by putting a deck with a gazebo, it'll give us additional seating. We'll be able to put an electric fireplace, an outdoor fridge, all kinds of cool things. The RV is equipped with an outdoor stereo system, TV adapter, so we can actually have television out here as well. So that's something that's going to be coming very shortly. Now I'll take you inside and give you the 5-minute tour of the inside of the RV. Everything clean in there? Yeah, it is? Okay. I must have did it. So when you come in, off to the right is our kitchen area, which we really like for a couple of reasons. One, Carolyn does tutoring, so when she tutors in the evening, she sits at the kitchen table and does her tutoring, which doesn't interfere with the living room area, so I can literally be in the living room while she's doing her tutoring or out on the deck. But it's nice having a little bit of separation between the kitchen and the living room. A lot of RVs, the kitchen and the living room are all one space. So while you may be watching television, somebody doing, if Carolyn is cooking or doing anything in the kitchen, it kind of interferes. This is why we like having the separation between the two. So then the kitchen leads into the living room. It's fairly big with two seat pull-out couches that, as I said, pull out into 2 double beds. It did come with 2 recliners. It's kind of in the way, so I just removed one, and then we had the 1 recliner. Down the hallway, our washroom, shower, and all of that. pretty standard for an RV. And then the master bedroom at the back, which is a really good size. And we do have an additional bedroom up here. We have an upstairs, and right now it's, as you can see, is our storage area. But we can put 2 additional twin beds up here for company if our daughter and son-in-law and granddaughter and newly to come grandson comes to visit us. Well, we do have room for them to stay as well. Now, I don't think you want to have everyone jam packed in here for months on end, but for a week or a quick visit, it works out really well. So that is the RV and the lot that we have and where we spend our time in Florida.